Howdy, spaceman. The name is Commander Catfish. Welcome aboard my station. What exactly am I the commander of, you ask? Why, the space holders, of course. Now known as the free space holders, actually. We started out as a mining company, but now we've become so much more. This is our orbital headquarters on an asteroid. Actually, it is an asteroid. This is our planet, the same in which we are currently locked in a war for economic dominance with the Orbital Traders Guild. Well, this solar chapter of the guild, at least. These sick freaks make a fortune selling peoples as enslaved tools. But today it all ends. No longer shall men, women, and children be treated as chattels. Today we topple the orbital traders and take our rightful place as the global and solar trade authority. So I hope you're ready, because today slaver blood shall rain from the thermosphere and a new age of freedom for all shall reign true. Recently we've invested time and effort into war casket technology, but we have yet to find a suitable test subject, as the operation is basically a death sentence. Even so, I think this technology could be crucial to our success in this war, so we'll continue investing into it, with our next project being advanced war caskets, which will allow us to create specialized armors of this type. There's so much potential here, I don't see any reason that we shouldn't at least try to learn this technology for ourselves, or further our advancement into it, that is. Given just how advanced these technologies are, obviously it goes without saying they can take a long period of time to actually learn and to figure out for ourselves. So because of that, we are actually going to be building a secondary high-tech research bench, which, to be honest with you, is long overdue. This will help us cut in half the time it takes to learn this new tech. Meanwhile, at our surface refining base, we are going to be finally setting up our second deep chem refinery, refining this into chem fuel that we can use back at the orbital base for our shuttles, for our ship, so on and so forth. Perhaps this doesn't seem like much of a concern at the moment, but I'm afraid to say that wars have cost. Lives, blood, money, and a whole lot of fuel. So, this new pumping station is going to be quite crucial to the war effort. Besides, chem fuel isn't just useful for fueling up all of our ships and vehicles, it can also be used for a plethora of weapons. And so we are going to be bringing a lot of it back to the HQ, that way we can start prepping for that. But more on that in the future. As for right now, we are going to be using it for, well, the main purpose of fueling up the ship, but also we're going to be stockpiling whatever we have left over. And I gotta tell you, we very quickly in the last few episodes have went from having basically no fuel to way too much fuel that we don't know what to do with it. Perhaps this will be perfect for selling off once we are the trade authority around these parts, and once we have access to the Orbital Traders Hub again. In the meantime, though, we'll just have to settle for trading with the surface world. There are many different Outlander factions, mercenaries, pirates, and some other folk who are willing to purchase fuel and other things that we have for sale. Truly not being able to purchase weapons from Orbital Traders has been the biggest hindrance of this war thus far for us. Luckily, though, the Outlanders don't mind selling us some boomsticks so that we can go about ending slavery around here. As a matter of fact, they, being one of the more moral factions and governments of the planet, seem quite delighted at us ending slavery. Although, I suppose they don't want to join the war effort themselves. Speaking of which, as you can see here, we have decided to begin arming ourselves again with a few more land vehicles. Not only would these be great in case we have some type of surface assault from the traders, which I do highly doubt ever happening, but it could, and also, of course, for just defending the base in general thanks to their missile silos. These scythemen will help us ensure that the light of this refinery will be burning bright for the foreseeable future, freely and safely as well. Now then, we are going to be sending our crew member Bad Luck to our refinery, that way he can help defend it. Between you and I, though, his mangled brain scar has left him a bit impaired. he's not much of a fighter or a worker anymore, so he's just kind of getting in the way at the HQ. Now some might call this little friendly fire scar cosmic karma for his constant infidelity. Nonetheless, he's headed surface side. Plus, Mick and Vag, his wife, has been getting tired of him getting stoned and passing out in random spots around the HQ, having to drag him back inside, etc, etc. Some time apart would probably do them well. With that being said, we also finished up our research into advanced war caskets. Our next research project is actually going to be into IEDs, improvised explosive devices. As we are working on that research though, we are once again going to be outfitting our mining ship with a few new weapons once more. Some rocket swarm launchers and mini turrets. I absolutely adore the rocket swarm launchers, and they are going to be yet another crucial puzzle piece into stopping this war and or killing all of the slavers. And since this conflict is quickly escalating, things have really been ramping up. In the last episode specifically, we're also going to be building some additional autocannons around the HQ and our landing bay for shuttles. That way we can help defend ourselves if and when the need arises. You can never have too many turrets. Speaking of defenses though, we finished that research into IEDs a couple of days after starting it, and we would immediately begin using up that massive stockpile of chem fuel that we have in the warehouse to start making some high explosive shells. These shells, of course, being the main component for some of the specific IEDs that we plan on using. But what's this? Damn! It would appear that I jinxed us earlier, saying I didn't expect any type of attack at the planet's surface. A foolish move on my part to suggest such a foolish thing, but let's be honest, when do the orbital traders really ever come out of orbit? Very rarely. Luckily, we kinda sorta prepared our defenses ahead of time by building some additional vehicles down here that might just win this battle for us. Although this siege appears to be quite, extreme in comparison to other battles. So they are setting up their siege weapons. These mortars are almost finished. Very concerning. Gonna pause for a second. I'm glad we prepped our defenses, although I don't think we prepped them for anything like this. I'm gonna start opening our garage door. We'll start having people come into the scythers. That way, I'm gonna leave bad luck back here, mostly because I think he's going to be a hindrance to us on the battlefield. Oh shit, we only have, how many people do we have? We've got 5 people. Where's... Bad luck is pretty close to a scyther, but I still feel like he'll be a hindrance to us. So we're gonna open up the garage and we'll get our scythers going. They have a... Oh shit, yep, alright. We've gotten... 2 anti-grains coming our way. I'm hoping they miss. This is really bad. I don't know really what to do. I'm gonna be honest with you. We're about to get hit. That's what I know. Where's that coming? Okay. Oh, they're hitting our refinery. Oh my god. Oh, shit. David got hit with a mortar. Or not with a mortar, with an anti-grain. That's really bad. Damn it. That's really bad. And so they hit our refinery over here, which we're done pumping fuel out, but we still have our deep chem tanks that are being refined. Yeah, okay, so we've lost that. Oh, and we've lost over here too. Both of our piping networks have been destroyed. I think we might be able to get down to them though. I don't know, they're about to fire again in 12 and 20 seconds. Let's get our scythers moving, because we can't hit from... Can we hit from here? I think we can, actually. Okay, if we can hit from here, that's perfect. We'll go ahead and aim our missile silos, our rocket salvos down this way. All right, here we go. Very nervous. I'm hoping this works. So we're letting loose. Oh no. Okay, so they're dead. They're definitely dead. The anti-grain went off, but they also fired one, so I need to watch to see where that's going to land. But we've killed them. I hear it coming. Oh, okay, there it is. I don't know. Oh, okay. So it took out a portion of the base and we lost a shuttle. You know what? That's not too bad. That's not that bad. Damn, though. Damn. That was a rough siege. Alright, immediately, I need everybody to go. Can we put this fire out? Damn, that's insane. Alright, everyone work on putting the fires out. Poor David. What is this? Oh, Scyther. Hop out, please. Everyone put out the fires. Poor David is dead. Oh, man. He was the best cook we had down here, too. That's a shame. Oh, and we're having a party. Bad Luck is throwing a party. Bad Luck, I realize you have brain damage, but maybe now isn't the best time, even though we succeeded. We haven't even buried our dead yet, Bad Luck. For God's sake. This person could probably be taken, but yeah, they're gonna die in 1 hour. They've also lost both of their legs and their right arm. That's okay. I don't think we need them. Son of a bitch, though. We almost lost. I mean, we have a pretty big loss with losing David, but we almost lost a lot more. Oh my god. What's burning down here? Oh, wow. Why did it... Oh, is it because... Yeah, okay. I think the deep chem tanks exploded. That makes sense because it would be, yeah, I see the fuel here now. So our deep chem just exploded and burned. We lost all of that deep chem. Son of a bitch, we still had so much more left to refine. That's okay. We still have this one down here. I'm shocked they didn't destroy this one, to be honest, but let's go ahead and repair our piping. Bring it back up this way. We'll get that going. We'll try to get these fires put out. Damn, son of a bitch, that sucks. And poor David. I guess we could do, I don't know what to bury him in. What would be appropriate? I think his sarcophagus is going to be most appropriate, probably. I think the sarcophagus is going to have to be steel. We don't have much of anything else. Yeah, let's get David buried. I think David maybe... I think we had some other people die before, but David is our first loss in a very long time. I believe we lost someone before, didn't we? I actually can't remember. The series is so on and off, like I'll play... I'll drop an episode maybe once a week, but it's so fun, but I'm always doing other series too, so I'm kinda... I can't remember who all we have lost before. I feel like there was definitely someone, but David is indeed our first loss in a very long time. Bad Luck, I'll let you bury him. Poor guy. Absolutely horrible. Bad Luck, what? Bad Luck has defied... Okay, somebody else bury David, because Bad Luck's brain injury is very debilitating. He keeps forgetting what he's doing. It's awful. God rest ye Mary's soul. We'll hold a little funeral for David real quick. Poor guy. We didn't know you quite as well as many others, David, but you were still a friend nonetheless and a damn fine soldier. A true member of the crew, and it was quite heartwarming. Well, at least we may not have David, but he'll always be in our hearts. And we, of course, have a beautiful sermon and ceremony to remember him by. We have a lot of repairs to do. Damn. Yeah, we need to get our pipes repaired. We need to get our walls repaired. And we especially need to start striking these filthy traitors once more, because it looks like they are getting a little bit too antsy. They're getting a little brave themselves, attacking our refining base. I'm not gonna lie though, if they would have hit, I think the targets they were aiming for, like our fuel stockpile here and our actual refiner, they would have completely cut us off for a very long time from fuel. So, I guess it's a good thing they only managed to hit one tank storage, because this could have been much worse than it was. Even with the loss of our precious David still ripe on our minds, we would fix our piping network post-haste. Once these crucial repairs were finally finished, we were once again pumping all of the deep chem back to the refinery to be turned into chem fuel, to continue fueling our war effort from the surface. But as the others are grieving the loss of their friend and refining fuel, meanwhile, back at the HQ, we were building plenty of highly explosive IEDs. Quite literally, as many as we could with all the shells that we had previously crafted. We immediately took all of these IEDs and started putting them, very carefully, I might add, into the storage facilities of our grav ship. A few days later, we had Bad Luck in one of these shuttles bring up all of the gold and silver and other monetary things that we had at the refinery. I think it's quite clear it would be much safer back at the HQ given recent events. And since this is basically all the money that we have to our name, we definitely need to keep it safe. However, vast stacks of riches and oodles upon oodles of fuel were not the only reason that we had Bad Luck come up on the shuttle. I'm afraid, my friend, that your brain damage as well as other injuries has left us with little options. Most of the crew cannot help but wonder if David's death could have been avoided or prevented if you were able to act faster, or even perhaps been in his place when the warhead struck. We are at war, Bad Luck. Those who stand in the way of our righteous mission must be destroyed, but those who fail to usher it along when the task has been placed onto them must be corrected. Today, we correct your mistake. Fear not, though, your wife has already signed you over to the will of the crew. Given you can't be expected to make rational decisions, given your injuries, of course. It's also important to me that you know this decision wasn't made lightly, nor was it personal. I hold nothing against you, but there are far too many people suffering out there in their bondage. We must act. You must act. You must take the plunge that no one has been willing to take this entire time. You must entomb yourself within a war casket. For the good of the planet. I know you are in pain, my friend, but soon you won't feel anything. Machine shall replace your muscle and blood. The pain signals in your brain will become bliss, and you shall be the ultimate soldier. So it begins. Well, sounds like they're about finished. Oh, bad luck, my friend. I hate to say it, but this is quite the improvement on the original. Say, you still in there, big guy? Oh yeah, that's still you in there. You just can't really talk, or eat, or wipe your own butt for that matter. But look at you. You are absolutely magnificent, a walking war machine. Although, that being said, it looks like you could use some better weaponry. Let us not dilly-dally and immediately begin researching some proper war casket weaponry. Some weapons that are absolutely massive, but also absolutely destructive. Obviously, though, of course, this research is going to take us quite some time, so we'll check back in on the progress of that in a little while. Now, as we had touched on previously, Bad Luck and his new motorized tank strapped to his body are incapable of feeling pain. He cannot be downed, nor can he go into shock. Meaning if those traitors want to stop him, they'll have to turn him into mincemeat inside this metallic suit. Not an easy task, I might add. However, beneath this suit is still his mangled limbs that affect his manipulation and his movement, so we need to replace his right arm and right leg with bionics. Thankfully, Elida, being the skilled mechanist that she is, would be able to whip up a few more bionic body parts, and since she also is the one who specializes in putting this suit onto Bad Luck, she could also perform the surgery to replace these two limbs. This was honestly very easy. To my surprise, might I just say, it would seem that after the bombing issue we had earlier at the refinery base on the planet's surface, we have struck quite a bit of good luck. Oh. That makes more sense. It would seem before we had the chance to do so, the damn Dirty Traders Guild had begun attacking us at our very own headquarters. Our radars show that they're going to be attacking in separate groups, although upon further inspection it appears that all of these groups are landing in the northwestern section of the asteroid. Perhaps because they know landing on any of the eastern parts of it would almost certainly mean their death right away. So this force is absolutely going to decimate us. How many of them are there? We've got 57 people, looks like. They're pretty well armed. Miniguns, assault rifles, rockets, which is a big issue. I think I saw triple rocket launchers. I thought I saw some Doomsday rockets in here somewhere. Yes, right here is one. So at least one or two people have Doomsday rocket launchers. So that's a big issue. I'm kind of nervous. We are bringing people like Vivian here, who actually was a traitor. You guys might remember last episode, I forgot to mention she joined us recently. We are going to be bringing her and a few others this way who are closer. That way they can set off the rocket salvos, the swarm launchers. I'm bringing Elida up this way because I think, yeah, it looks like the majority of them, 49, are coming this way. I would prefer not to lose all of our people if we could help it. Everyone else I need to bring down here. Vivian, I want you activate the rockets. We're gonna try to hit inside here if we can. I don't know, I think I had an idea, but I don't know if I should. Here with the Zez's rockets, assuming he gets there in time. I think a lot of these folks will be fighting off our automated defenses. See, this is what I'm interested... Oh, it's a pollution pump. We've been trying to clean this area up. I thought they were attacking the walls, but I was afraid they might try to come and attack our reactors. We've set off our first swarm launcher, though. Okay, alright, that wasn't too bad. That wasn't too bad. Gonna take hours before that is actually ready to go again, though. Myrtle and Dubman, I was bringing up this way, but I might bring them down here as well. For example, I think I'll bring Dubman into the pillbox to the south. We have Anna and Monospas, who I'm going to let hide inside as they can't really fight. We have our other people I'm going to bring down to the... I don't know, actually, where I should bring them. Elida here is in the tunnel, though. I like the idea of Elida being in the tunnel, but I also want her here so that we can send our mechs to attack people. But I need her to be safe. So we have our Lancers, who... How should we best position them? The thing is, I want our Lancers to have cover, obviously. But these rockets, if we are all bunched up in a little area here taking cover, we're going to get absolutely stomped. And our Lancers are probably going to all go down with a single hit or two. So I'm going to line them up here. And as these bastards come out of the cave system or the tunnel system, they should get hit by Lancer fire. We have our Scythers going after some of these people here. Send them in to attack them. Our Militors I'll keep with Elida to help defend her. Our Lancers will line them up here. Our Pikemen, I might actually put the Pikemen in here behind some cover. Oh, we have our big Chungus fellow, who I forgot to bring up here. They are all coming this way. We've hit them again, I think. No, Azez has yet to hit them with rockets. Let's try to do that right now. Azez. Okay, they're all stopping right there. And we have injured some of them, which is great. My idea, though, I was thinking, if we could get them... Because there's so many of them, alright? It's going to be hard. See, already, it's going to be so hard not to take losses. I would be willing, and the majority of the forces are up here, I would be willing to blow one of our reactors, if not both of them, if it meant killing them all simultaneously. But these cave systems will prevent that from happening, I think. Because the explosion will go this way, but it will not start going very far in either direction. Damn, that's the biggest issue. And the biggest problem, of course, bad luck, is still sedated and cannot get up. The one person who we really need right now, and we're missing 2 turrets. I must not have replaced them from the last attack. We're kind of screwed here. Not really screwed, but we're kind of fudged. Just a little bit fudged. I'll bring these folks down this way to this pillbox to help us defend. Kaba here is already being shot by our autocannon, which is great to see, but we still have all of this coming our way. And we have to remember, too, that if Elida falls, the entire mech army is going to fall with her. That's a huge issue if that happens. All right, so I'm going to be bringing the Lancers back down towards cover because we also have this secondary group up here of the main group that is coming right out in the open. So we kind of have to, of course. I also, and I really shouldn't be doing this, I've got Vivian using the rocket salvo to hit right about here. Really bad idea because we could destroy our reactor, causing a massive explosion, but I'm going to take the risk. Let's see how all this plays out. Really bad. Really bad in terms of the reactor. We've already hit it, and we didn't hit anyone up here. Okay, well, that's how it goes sometimes. Bringing the Lancers this way, though, seems to be going quite well for the most part. Scythers. Yeah, we should bring the Scythers this way for sure. Space, of course. There's no oxygen, but it lasts for a little while. Okay, so we are attacking them here with the Militors. I'm going to start bringing our Scorchers this way. This is a very micromanagey battle, so I apologize. But I always think it's fun to show off this kind of stuff, too. And also, I'm very nervous we're going to start losing a lot of people, so we might as well. Okay, Militors are becoming more of melee units at the moment, which I really would prefer not happening. Lancers are doing really well with firing at them. I'm going to bring Elida down to see if she can actually help with her rockets a bit. We get hit right here, and it's going to kill some of the Militors, but it has to happen. We've also got some people down here attacking our auto turrets. We really can't afford to pay too much attention down here, though, just simply because everything is going on up top and is much more dangerous. But I will bring my down this way and hope for the best. Oh, Elida, yes, please move. Okay. Come on. The Diabolus is here, but Elida is now in the way of the fire, please. Oh, yeah, come on. Ah, burn them good. I've got a lighter inside now, but our lancers are taking heavy fire. This is an absolute shitstorm and an absolute mess, might I just say. Mai is actually doing pretty well down here, it looks like. Oh yeah, burn. Although the same cannot really be said for our turrets, I'm afraid. I suppose we'll see how well this goes. Come on. Come on. There we go. That helped out a lot, but that's still, we're still getting lambasted here. Oh, we have a doomsday rocket launcher. We have 15 people coming through here at once. So I'm going to have all of our mechanoids make a strategic retreat back inside, I think. I think that's going to be the best thing for us to do. Oh, God, we're losing lancers to doomsday rockets. Oh god, this is very bad though. Even our automated defenses like our turrets are suffering very heavily. Thankfully, I will say, it has basically only been our mechanoid army. Which, I mean, that sucks still, but none of our actual people have fallen yet. Our turrets, though, are basically non-existent. At this point, we have a singular autocannon. We have some mini turrets, but they are quickly falling. We're basically all forced back to retreat inside. The mechanoids are doing what they can, but it isn't much. We're losing more and more. Let's pause for a second. I do want to plan this out a bit. I wonder... I wish we could wake bad luck. Do we have any stimulants? We have some stimulants. Some in storage. I don't think that's going to wake bad luck up, though. It would be a complete waste to give him go juice. Do we have more go juice? I'm pretty sure we do, right? Oh, there's some outside. We have some in storage on the ship. The ship. Now that could be interesting. Yeah, let's get Azez up here to the ship. I wonder if we launch and come over this way, we definitely have a better perspective to hit them, at least. Move the ship into position. See if we can get this done. Oh god, we are just getting absolutely mauled out there, though. Soon they'll be inside the base. Something interesting we could do is let them inside the workshop. That could work. So as we're moving the ship into position, which is what we're going to work on, let's go ahead and try to open up these doors. Let's see if we can convince them to come inside the base. Oh, I think we have. Oh, we need all of them coming in, though. This is a terrible idea. We ended up doing it anyway, though. Oh, good God. Elida, get out of there quickly. Go, go, go. Move. So we have some of them actually infiltrating the base now. Oh my God, bad luck. Oh, he's feeling woozy, but he's back on his feet. Holy shit. You couldn't have picked a better time there, friend. Oh my god. Thank God. Oh, we're getting cucked by the ship for our epic bad luck returning, but that's okay. We'll move the ship into position, and then we will open fire on whoever's left over here. We're gonna bring the ship in and prep it. Thankfully, though, with bad luck back on his feet, I think we might just stand a chance. Oh yeah, thank God. We are so back, baby. Get them, bad luck. And we're also gonna start hitting these bastards. I want to see, can we hit these folks? We sure as shit can. Let's hit them right there. We're gonna be destroying our shuttles, but I don't even care. Zez, come down here and chuck some grenades. Oh my god. Let's chuck a grenade up here, and then I'm gonna bring Azez in along with Vivian, because I really don't want them to die. I'm gonna break this wall. We're gonna come through here and use this launcher as well. This has not went in our favor like I really had hoped it would. We're basically destroying and cannibalizing our own base just to survive. That's so bad. We are in absolute shambles right now. This is rough. Very rough. Whoa, 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 whoa. Watch, 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 watch. Be careful, please. This bastard's coming right at us with a knife. Might be able to kill him pretty easily here. Come on, Azez. There we go. Put him down. Oh, God. This is so bad. Oh, blood trails through the halls. I don't even know who's injured and who's not. I think, let's look. We've got a lot of people very close to breaking, for sure. But none of our people have died, which is huge. Are they all dead, by the way? Oh, I think they are. I think we finished off the last of them with bad luck here. Damn bastards. Oh, it's a good thing bad luck woke up when he did. Alright, everyone, start getting tended to. Mental breaks are starting. That is pretty, I mean, that's probably the least of our worries here. I want to take some of them. I don't even know if there is any of them really left that we can take. This one, maybe. Lorenz and Lori. Lori is not very good, and Lorenz isn't too shabby, I guess. But that, my friends, was an absolutely horrific battle. We've lost all of our shuttles, a significant portion of our ship. Not to mention, our entire warehouse was basically burned to a crisp. Which, I mean, look, you have to do what you have to do. You Granzier are pretty good. Let's start tending to you. I'm going to take you as a hostage. Red, how about you, friend? Not very good at anything. We're gonna let you die. I have no concern for you or the others that do not have decent skills, as you literally just tried to murder us. We've lost every single one of our turrets, and the entire asteroid is soaked in blood. I suppose earlier in the video when I said that it would rain blood onto the planet, I was not joking, as I'm sure much of it has made it out into the vacuum of space at this point. Ugh, absolutely insane. Just absolutely crazy, the amount of corpses lying around on the asteroid. Many of our mechanoids very injured. But again, I must reiterate that none of us died. At least not so far, unless we get really bad infections and just completely botch it, which I don't think will be an issue. But now, we have to rebuild. Once we're done rebuilding, I think we're gonna have to take the fight to the orbital traders. Now look, I realize there were probably a few ways we could have gone about handling that better. For example, maybe preparing better before deciding to declare war on one of the most powerful factions and definitely the most resource and financially rich faction. However, waiting would have also meant more suffering for so many innocent folk, so we couldn't wait. I could have also maybe just had better defenses in general, but I digress. Now we lick our wounds and we remount our offense. First things first, rebuilding and repairing our shuttle bay, not only because we require them for trade with the surface and its people, but also because our shuttles are much easier to use for attacks, as they cannot be detected by enemy radar given their small size. In comparison to something like our Grav mining ship that we've outfitted with weapons that they would easily see coming, or would notice docking with their station even if we used our signal jammer. But before we can go off and attack, we still have some extensive repairs needed to the base itself, as well as reconstruction to other parts of critical infrastructure, such as our storage room, which we blew up to kill the filth that came in through the airlock, of course. We would also have to start stacking the bodies of said filth. Having their corpses lying around the HQ was a stark reminder of the achievements we had yet to grasp, like finishing this damned war. Soon, though. Sooner than you might think, actually. For you see, we do have a few weapons in storage specifically catered to war casket users, such as Bad Luck. These being from the hired guns we paid last episode to aid us in our crusade against the wicked. But they too are pretty wicked, so we prefer to just copy and steal their technology. This way we can use war caskets to our advantage without having to get too chummy with disgusting folk like pirates and mercenaries. Since these weapons are of dead men, as such they are horribly damaged and soaked in wicked blood. Basically, it'll be much better once we research our own and build them, but until then, these will have to suffice. Alright, Bad Luck, I hope you're ready. You really are our ace in the hole, our virtuous sword against those who would see us and many others in chains. And if I'm being honest, I haven't liked you much throughout our epic journey, so this could be your opportunity to redeem yourself in not only my eyes, but the eyes of our crew. No pressure. As he wanders through the wreckage and rubble of what was at our own headquarters, he enters the shuttle and flies off to yet another Traders Guild space station. The time has finally come. We are about to finally test out our own war casket technology. Along with this, we have of course brought many of the IEDs that we had made previously. Thankfully, with them being on the ship, they were not destroyed during the raid against the headquarters, which also means that we'll be able to plant them quite silently before the crew of the station even knows that we're here. With our traps in place, it was time to get their attention. I started busting and bashing my way through the station until they finally found me. Oh, they found me all right. Like moths to a flame, they stepped on the IEDs, blowing many of their friends to smithereens. And then they came outside, where I and my gigantic charge rifle would start plowing them to pieces, with burnt and seared flesh lying all around. Perhaps I'm being a bit too descriptive, but I lobbed these people's heads off. Is that better? Perhaps not, but it was indeed true. I had sliced many of them in half, blew up many more, and you know what? Before you knew it, this entire space station had fell before the might of our new creation. The war casket had exceeded every single expectation and goal that we had set out for it. This is the dawn of a new day, my friends. After that, within the inside of the station itself, we were met with pretty minimal resistance. Turns out, after you kill all the people living here, all you're left with are some defender turrets and some funny little mechanical balls that try to ram you. We would end up finding many useful resources like silver, gold, and even anti-grain warheads. Ooh la la. We also ended up finding a Resurrector Meg Serum, which I've been looking for quite some time, and some Juggernaut Serum as well. All of this very, very useful. Within some malfunctioning pods, I also found some Luciferium. Now, I think I've touched on this before, and you're probably already familiar with it, but this particular drug can actually, over time, heal brain damage. Exactly what we need for bad luck, though it is highly addictive. Within another malfunctioning pod, we found a slave by the name of Vladimir, who was almost sent to the surface to be purchased. Ah, my friend, there are no more chains on you. The masters are dead, your shackles fall free, and this station is yours. Do with it what you will, or perhaps use one of those transport pods to leave, as I am. I'll be collecting all the valuables and taking back with me, but I'll leave you plenty of food. With a successful attack and the very first successful mission of our war casket technology under our belts, we would arrive home with all of our new items like our riches and the serums and everything that we had taken. Again, I'd like to reiterate that these types of items and riches are things that we will actually need when we become the new trade authority of this planet. So it's not only for our own personal use. I mean, it is, but you know what I mean. There's a bigger purpose for it, I suppose. After some time, we had finally finished up our extensive research into war casket weaponry, allowing us to build our very own. Much higher quality, much more unique, and best of all, much more powerful and destructive as well. As you can see, we have a large handheld cannon and a gravity hammer. With our new weapons in tow, it is time for our next strike against the Traitors Guild. We can't let up now, we're just getting started. We're going to be attacking two of their stations at once. They can't attack our HQ if they're too busy redirecting effort, resources, and manpower towards defending their own stations. It's genius, it's ruthless, and I, for one, absolutely love it. Bad Luck would be the first to arrive at his own target and would immediately begin indulging in his new favorite substance. Here's hoping that it brings his brain back, because it looks like he's going to be stuck taking it for the rest of his life. Although I must say, all of the mega stat buffs that he gets from taking Luciferium is definitely worth it on its own. Alright, enough talk. Let's kill some people, huh? would you look at that? It would seem that our overwhelming odds and can-do attitude has given us many a victory. Pretty soon the skies were clear, leaving the Traders Guild with one last singular remaining base. Today, their kingdom of corruption and merciless depraved acts shall crumble to dust. And it will be by our righteous hands that it happens. No doubt this last remaining base is going to be heavily guarded, so myself, Bad Luck, and Julian will be the only three traveling there. We can't afford to lose everyone on one last big gung-ho mission, now can we? Not to worry though, if things get really hairy, we also packed a special tool that'll help us. But with that, my friends, we kiss our headquarters goodbye one last time. Perhaps for the very last time, but also perhaps not. Whatever happens here at this space station will determine the fate of the entire planet and all those who call it home. And so begins the end of our righteous crusade. Today, the last orbital pillar of tyranny falls. Not to worry, not only did we send our best, but we also packed our best. Upon our shuttles on the top, as I'm sure you've seen before, is a turret. One that can fire projectiles in space as it uses a monopropellant, unlike a traditional mortar, which does not work in space. Why am I telling you this? I brought those anti-grain warheads with us. We're gonna start this battle off a bit hot and heavy, one might say. I think we managed to hit their ammunition stockpile. Well, if they didn't know we were here before, they definitely do now. Oh, what have we here? Looks like the guild has been working on their own prototype war casket armor. A bit too late, if you ask me. Well, since they're bringing out their best, we decided to bring out ours as well. Oh, God, I love anti-grain warheads. We're basically using up all that we had in storage here, but it's well worth it. Especially since we used one of those shells to kill their prototype armor. Speaking of which, don't mind if we take that grenade launcher to you, old boy. Oh, I didn't think you would. Truly, our new technology this episode has really given us quite the upper hand against the Traders Guild. And so, this station was probably one of the easiest yet to clear out. But even with the majority of their forces MIA now, and I literally mean that as they're scattered all over the place, bits and chunks and pieces, we still have many a straggler left that must be hunted down and crushed. And because they're all so spread out, we would split up our forces. Bad Luck would go off on his own as Kefish and Julian would track down others. In one room in particular, I made a horrific mistake. We had this person, they had a triple rocket launcher, I got nervous and I threw out our hunter drone, forgetting that it had an anti-grain warhead instead of an explosive shell. However, thanks to Kefish's specialized privateer armor, she had a grappling hook attached that she could throw out and pull herself quickly away from danger. Oh, yeah. Oh, shit.